By Dr. Raymond Taylor, chapter 17 of the Gospel of John stands apart from the rest of the New Testament. It is not a sermon, not a story, but a long, luminous prayer. Jesus lifts his eyes and begins to speak of glory, unity, and the divine. Name, he says, I have given them the glory you gave me, so that they may be one, just as we are one. To the casual reader, these lines seem abstract, a mystical reflection on spiritual unity. Yet when read beside Mandaean scripture, their purpose becomes clear. The prayer is not about friendship or fellowship. It is a description of literal fusion through water and name. It is a baptismal invocation drawn from the same Aramaic river tradition that gave birth to the gospel itself. In the Mandaean ritual known as the masbuta, 3 initiates are immersed together beneath running water. The priest prays over them, calling upon the great life, and when they rise, they are declared one being, one light, one pearl. The act is called the union of souls. The water serves as the medium of their fusion. What enters as 3 emerges as one. The priest chants the words, "You are one in life and one in the great name." This rite is ancient, performed at dawn, repeated endlessly along the river's edge. Its purpose is not symbolic. It is metaphysical. The current itself binds the souls together in light. John 17 follows the same pattern. The prayer begins with glorification, continues with the conferral of the name, and ends with the declaration of unity. The glory you gave me I have given them parallels the priest's transmission of the light breath to the initiates. That they may be one repeats the refrain of the Rite Ginza. You are one in light, one in truth, one in the name. Even the closing line, I protected them in your name, preserves the final formula spoken by Mandaean priests over the river. The structure of the prayer is identical to that of the ritual. What the gospel presents as private devotion is, in truth, a liturgical script. The key lies in the concept of name. In Mandaean theology, the divine name is not an identity but a vibration. It is the resonance of the great life within flowing water. Before every immersion, the priest chants the concealed syllables that awaken the river. The name is never fully written, only transmitted orally beside the current. Its sound is said to open the soul to memory. The Gospel of John treats the name in exactly the same way. Jesus says he has revealed it, guarded it, and given it to his followers so that they might share in its protection. He does not speak of belief. He speaks of participation in the living resonance. When Jesus prays that his followers may be one, as he and the Father are one, he is describing this act of fusion. In Mandaean cosmology, all souls originate from one light body that was divided when creation fell into matter. Baptism reverses the division. When multiple initiates enter the water together, they rejoin their original unity. The flow of the current erases the illusion of separation. The gospel repeats the formula, but transforms its context. The disciples become the initiates. The water becomes spirit. The rite becomes prayer. Yet the meaning remains intact. S. Drower recorded the Mandaean formula. As the waters flow and mingle, so the souls are mingled in the name, in the secret atom, a study of Nasoraean gnosis published by Clarendon Press in 1960. The resemblance to John's prayer is unmistakable. The same triad appears in both, light, water, and name. These are not poetic symbols, but descriptions of divine motion. The gospel merely converts the physics of the ritual into the language of theology. The sequence of John 17 mirrors the Mandaean liturgy step by step. Jesus lifts his eyes upward as the priest raises his hands over the river. He prays for those given to him as the priest prays for the initiates. He confers glory as the priest breathes light. He seals them in the name as the priest seals the souls in the current. The entire prayer reads like a transcript of the ceremony adapted into Greek prose. The final line, I protected them in your name, holds the most revealing clue. In Mandaean baptism, the name serves as the shield against darkness. The priest marks the initiate's forehead with water, speaks the secret syllables, and declares, You are guarded in the name. The purpose is protection from the powers of chaos. The gospel carries the same idea. The disciples are not guarded by moral strength, but by the living vibration of the divine name that moves through them. Joran Buckley notes in the Mandaeans, ancient texts and modern people, that the phrase, "You are one as we are one," marks the completion of union in Mandaean ritual. It is chanted as, "The heads of the initiates break the surface of the river, and the breath of the great life fills them." The same phrase concludes John 17. The similarity is not coincidence. The gospel preserved the sound of the river even as it changed the setting. The difference is presentation. The Mandaeans act, the gospel prays. What was once a shared immersion becomes a monologue between Son and Father. Yet the prayer's rhythm, its focus on name and light, belongs entirely to the river. Its theology flows from the same current that shaped the Mandaean hymns of life. To read John 17 through this lens is to see the surface ripple of a deeper stream. The prayer is not farewell, it is fusion. The unity it seeks is not agreement or brotherhood. It is the restoration of the original light body through immersion in divine flow. The gospel writer kept the order of the rite, preserved its words, but veiled its pronunciation. John kept the spell, he only dropped the sound. Veritas. Lux mea.
Veritas lux mea.